Nothing like a cold glass of water on a summer morning. This is Fire Emblem Three Houses. When Fire Emblem Three Houses came out, I was at a camp. I was at a sleepaway camp, so I couldn't get it right away. But I told myself, as soon as I get home, I'm going to go buy it. And that's what I tried to do. The day I came home, I rode my bike down to GameStop because I wanted to get the game so badly. And I was shocked to see that it wasn't there. So for the course of a week, I was going to different GameStops on my bike, around the city, and it just wasn't there, and I was shocked. Eventually I got it because I went over to my friend's house, and his mother was nice enough to take us to the GameStop nearest to him, and I was able to buy it. But the point I'd like to make is that I've bought other Fire Emblem games. I started with Awakening, then I bought Fates, then Echoes. I even got Echoes around launch, like a week after launch, and it was never hard to find any of those games. So it goes to show that this game, for whatever reason, because it's good, but this game was a big deal. And it still is, to me. It's almost the 1-year anniversary of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and it was my Game of the Year 2019, and I don't really care what you have to say about it. Not only that, but it's my favorite Fire Emblem game, and it has a spot somewhere in my top 5 favorite games of all time. After my Final Fantasy VII Remake video, I decided I was going to make more videos on games I really like, because it feels good to be positive. But I wanted to focus in on a specific aspect of the game, rather than the whole package. Every game is more than the sum of its parts, but the parts of this game are actually pretty good. So now that I've explained why I'm talking about Fire Emblem, let's talk about Harry Potter! Yay! Hey, that's what you wanted! That's what you wanted, you came for Harry Potter! Hear me out for a second, okay? I didn't exactly grow up with Harry Potter, and JK Rowling is transphobic, but I read the first few books and watched all the movies. But even if I had no knowledge of the books and movies, I have no doubt that I would have a basic understanding of the house system. If you tell someone you're a Harry Potter fan, they ask you which house you're in. It's how Harry Potter fans identify each other. I've always seen this from the outside looking in because I'm not enough of a Harry Potter fan to associate with any particular house. But last year when Three Houses came out, things changed. All of a sudden, Fire Emblem fans were asking each other, "Hey, what's your house?" And I was taken aback. You can't just talk about Fire Emblem houses like they're Harry Potter houses, it's a completely different thing. The thing I really never liked about Harry Potter houses is how they're based on personality traits. That's okay in concept, but when you look at the traits they're using, you realize they're really general, and any one person could qualify to be in 2 or more houses. Oh, I'm courageous! I guess that means I'm not wise, so I can't be a Ravenclaw. It's silly. Three Houses, on the other hand, takes an entirely different approach. The houses are dependent on where the students are from. Black Eagles represent the Adrestian Empire, the Blue Lions represent the Kingdom of Vargas, and the Golden Deer represent the Lesser Alliance. The game doesn't try to trick you into thinking every character in a given house shares some sort of underlying trait. Rather, the game shows you that they're all very different people, brought together by circumstance. I think that my favorite example of this is Dorothea and Ferdinand. Both of them are in the Black Eagle's house, yet from the beginning they're at odds. Dorothea is a commoner who just happened to rise the ranks because of the Middle Franc Opera Company. Ferdinand was a born noble, and he thinks that his duty is to provide for and be nice to all commoners. Dorothea associates nobility with the memories of all the men who didn't care about her until she was an opera starlet. Thus, the conflict is born. Dorothea sees Ferd as just another noble. Ferd sees Dorothea as just another commoner. The only similarity between these two is where they hail from geographically. That's why the recruitment system works so well thematically. Even though two characters may be from opposite sides of the continent or from the same side, their differences are relevant in the grand scheme of things. I mean, have you seen the golden deer? They look like Power Rangers. Let's slow it down for a second, though. Out of all the Three Houses related things I could discuss in a video, I chose the house system for a reason. I mean, it's in the game's title, but it's also at the core of what makes the game what it is. The branching storylines, the progression, the support system, the game owes it all to the house system. You can recruit almost any student to your house, with the exceptions being the house leaders and their retainers. This game naturally draws a lot of comparisons from Persona 5 through the time management, calendar, overworld stats, etc. But these things are, in my opinion, better implemented in Fire Emblem, specifically in the way the stats work. In Persona 5 you have your stats: knowledge, charm, guts, kindness, and proficiency. These help you with your social links. For instance, part of the Makoto Confidant can only be accessed if you have a high enough knowledge stat. But these stats aren't too useful outside of social links, coming up only in specific situations. Instead of these social stats, in Fire Emblem we have weapon skills. Say for instance, if I want to recruit Felix to my house, well, Felix values sword skills, so I grind my sword stat, and now he's interested. And even if he doesn't join my house, I benefit from this in a major way, because my newly acquired sword skills directly influence the way I will perform in battle. They give me new ways to use my sword and new combat abilities. This game's design allows you to get a lot from these types of things, even if it doesn't go exactly as planned. And I love that. This game has lots of seamless transitions between different facets of gameplay, and everything feels connected, nothing feels disconnected. I love how every choice matters to an extent, and you're going to get something out of what you decide to do with your time. It's such a big jump compared to Awakening, which was the first Fire Emblem I played, because that game was pretty much just go to a map and fight it out, and then after you fought it out, read some dialogue, and then go to the world map and read some more dialogue. But this game gives you a lot to do, and it all feels connected. So what do you get when you mix a thematically appropriate concept with a perfectly crafted game mechanic? Something really, really good. That's what. Fire Emblem Three Houses has brought me almost 200 hours of joy since I first played it, and I love it. Today, I only went over a brief portion of what makes the game stellar, but if you're into strategy RPGs with thought-provoking stories and characters, then I can't recommend this game enough. Now, next time I'm going to be talking about... No way. No, I didn't even plan this. I didn't plan this out.